Bullying has been linked to failing grades, depression, and in extreme cases, even suicide. And while you may have talked to your kids about it, are they really getting the message? NBC's Kate Snow went to find out. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Meredith. You know, we all want to help our kids deal with bullies. The problem is it usually happens when we adults aren't around. But with the help of some willing parents, their teens, and our hidden cameras, we've got some eye-opening lessons.
We're turning our hidden cameras on bullying.
Do you need a bigger size?
The question, what will the bystanders, the kids who are watching, do? Rosalind Wiseman, an author and expert on Mean Girls, says it matters more than you may think.
Bystanders are absolutely the most critical part of stopping bullying.
So we've invited teenage girls to what they think is a shoot about fashion, led by Today's Show style editor Bobby Thomas.
So I really need you to impress me.
The girls don't know that the bullies and the victim are acting, or that their parents are secretly watching.
I'm Katie, I'm 14.
Katie's mother says they talk about bullying all the time.
Just how do you want to live and what sort of friends do you want?
So what will happen today?
If you knew anything about fashion, you would know horizontal stripes are a no. A big no.
They all snickered at that.
And watch what Katie does.
I feel like if you wore that in 2011, you might get shot. That's just like honest.
Yeah.
Katie's laughing. It's not that we haven't had these kinds of conversations.
I think it's also acknowledging the power of older girls and of charismatic girls.
I go tell Katie and the others it's all an act.
Maybe we felt like we had to go along with like those
Pretty
two like,
popular
a little
girl
bit.
in the turquoise.
Yeah.
But she tells us she's learned something valuable.
I'm gonna think about what happened in here and bring that into my real life to make sure that I don't act the way I acted today.
We try it again with a new group of girls.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Lily is a very unique young lady.
Lily's mother thinks her girl will speak up, and she's right.
But I think I need to have some input in it, right?
No,
I have really great stories.
Need to have input. What did she say? She said teamwork.
Look at Lily.
She's getting angry.
Lily doesn't like the bullies, and it shows.
How do I put it on, guys?
Nice language, daughter.
And when the grown-up comes in to check, Lily tells it like it is.
Everybody feels included in this?
No.
No.
Amy Baldessari and her daughter Lily, who tells it like it is. Rosalind Wiseman, author of Boys, Girls, and Other Hazardous Materials, and Today's style editor and Bobby.com's Bobby Thomas all participated in Kate's report. Good morning to you all. Lily, let me start with you. I mean, you really took them on. Have you experienced that in your own life in the past?
Yeah, I've been bullied since about 3rd grade, and like you don't feel good about yourself, but to not have anyone even wanting to stand up for you, let alone invite you over to their house, like you feel worthless. And so I felt like I wanted to let her know that I know that she's doing wrong, and you know that the bully wasn't doing the right thing. And I think I might have overreacted a little bit, but I think it's better.
But your heart was in the right place,
Yeah.
is what you're saying. Yeah, so you weren't scared at all of that. Yeah, no. Now, Amy, you're watching this unfold, and I'm sure you've talked to your daughter about bullying in the past.
Yes, many times.
But you never know what they're going to do. We saw with Katie, who's a nice kid. I mean,
Sure. And that was my fear. I didn't really fear that until I was sitting in the chair with the monitors, and I got to look at the really beautiful girls who I knew were going to play the role of the bullies, and I thought, they're older girls, they are charismatic, and is Lily going to want to be part of that group and forget
you raise a good point about the pressure that kids are under. Rosalind, you deal with this all the time.
Yeah, and I think it's, a lot of parents want their children to do the right thing, and they think I'm teaching the right values. I think what's important about this show is it shows it's not enough to teach your kid values. You have to show what it looks like in action. And that if kids get into a situation where kids are charismatic and they're older, and you don't want to do anything and you feel paralyzed sometimes, that you actually need the skills to be able to do in the moment when you're feeling absolutely scared.
So you almost need to role play with your kids then?
Well, and you have to practice. I mean, this is something of practicing. A lot of the parents said, I want my kid at least to be neutral, but neutral in the eyes and in the situation of a bullying situation is not neutral. It actually looks like you're siding with the bully.
Yeah, and Bobby, you weren't probably surprised by this because you see a connection between fashion now and bullying.
Teens are really exploring their identity. I love your sparkle shoes. You know, and they're experimenting with fashion. And the irony is that while kids really want to be unique and stand out, you want to fit in. And so that's a tough balance, and that really sets you up to be vulnerable. And unfortunately, clothing can be a target. And I hate that it's used in that way, because it's really an awesome way to, you know, empower a young girl and feel confident about who you are.
But
so
to
it's
some
something.
degree, it always has been. Is it getting worse, do you think, Rosalind?
What I think is that parents feel like, I think a lot of parents feel like I've taught my child to do the right thing, but they don't focus as much on the actual actions. And I think we have to do that and realize that no matter what, our kids are going to see conflict and they're going to see people abuse power. So there's no way your child can escape this. And so you have to be able to talk to your child on an ongoing basis about, they could be a bystander, a target, or a perpetrator.
So Lily, what would you say to kids out there your age who might come upon this?
Well, to kids who are being bullied, well, when I was being bullied, everyone would say to me, Lily, just don't take it so seriously. It's only high school or middle school, you know. Sure, like, you don't have to take it so seriously or personally because they're just angry people. That's the way they're going to be. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do anything. You should always, you know, tell at least your parents or...
Speak out.
Yeah, just tell people. And then if they're still not stopping, you need to say, listen, I didn't do anything to you. You need to stop it. I don't know what I did. Just tell me what I did so I can apologize and we can get along. Which is what I tried to do the other day.
And you're a great role model. And Kate, as you point out, bullying just doesn't involve girls. There are lots of boys
and we looked at boys too. When you watch the hour on Sunday, you'll see a whole scenario that we ran with boys as well in a gym. And it's a different scenario, no fashion this time, but we had them doing athletic things. And this boy with the stripes is our actor, who's a victim, pretending not to be athletic at all. Also happens to be gay in real life and had been bullied in his real life. And it's interesting. It's much more physical with the boys. The other thing we noticed is that the role of the coach, who was coming in and out of the room to tell them what to do, if the coach condoned what was happening versus if the coach said, hey, I'm not going to stand for that, made all the difference. So we parents, we adults, we set the tone for all of this.
Absolutely. Kate, thank you so much. A very important special. Bobby, thank you as well, Rosalind. And Amy and Katie. Katie, I'm sorry, Lily especially. I got a Lily of my own. Did a great job. And you can see the Dateline special, My Kid Would Never Bully, Sunday night at 7, 6 Central.